Welcome back to the practical side of machine learning and creator tools, where we turn hype into actual productivity. This is part 2 of our mini-series on multimedia generative AI, and today we're diving deep into the messy, exciting world of video. We are going to cover what is actually possible right now, which tools deserve your attention, and how to stitch them into real workflows that get content out the door. We will talk about the usual suspects like Google's V3, OpenAI's Sora, China's Kling, Runway, and the Stable Diffusion ecosystem. We'll also look at Midjourney's ambient clips and avatar platforms like HeyGen or Synthesia, and how to fold Vizard into those processes. The goal is simple: helping creators and teams stop wasting hours hand editing every single clip. If you want a quick lab to start experimenting, I always tell people to use a prompt enhancer or builder so you do not get blocked on wording. Prompt engineering matters immensely, whether you're making a 4K hero shot or a quick social clip from a long live stream. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's map the landscape, because knowing which tool fits which job will save you so much time. Broadly, the market sits in 4 camps, starting with the all-in-one, highest quality models like Google's V3. Second, we have the narrative and language-strong systems like Sora and the visually stunning image-to-motion champs like Kling. Third are the control and pipeline platforms, specifically Runway and the open-source Stable Diffusion universe. And finally, the niche specialists like Midjourney for ambient animation, Avatar Studios for talking heads, and upscalers like Topaz. Let's start with V3, which is the go-to if you want the cleanest photoreal shots and the shortest route from idea to finished clip. What sets it apart is synchronized audio, meaning it can produce video and matching sound in one single go. For a social ad, you can have a crisp 4K clip with engine hum and footsteps baked in, exported as a single MP4 with minimal post-production. V3's access to a massive video ecosystem gives it an advantage in training data, so it tends to nail real-world lighting, texture, and physics. That said, it isn't perfect, as long-form consistency beyond a few seconds is still quite tricky. The model-driven style also tends to bias toward what's abundant in its training set, so influencer-style content shows up quite a bit. Next is the cluster of Sora and Kling, where Sora's language-first DNA makes it brilliant at narrative cohesion and multi-shot storyboards. The drawback is that max resolution is often capped, and there isn't native audio generation baked in at the same level as V3. Sora is amazing for planning and story-driven short films, but you often need extra steps to get broadcast-ready assets. Kling is a powerhouse for turning static art into believable motion, often winning in tests for image-to-video realism. It handles fast, complex motion without tearing a character apart, which is perfect for animating a concept piece or a fight sequence. Its text-to-video user experience can feel clunky, but it is a serious contender when the motion itself is the creative centerpiece. Third, we have the control tier, where Runway's value isn't just model quality, but its built-in timeline and editing tools. If you need to do in-shot replacements or paint motion paths manually, Runway gives you the UI control that text-first models simply don't offer. Stable Diffusion and its derivatives live in the open-source world and require more technical setup, like node-based interfaces. This extra complexity buys you pixel-level control, which is why VFX artists love using it to tune character consistency. The specialized tools like Midjourney Video are not trying to be V3, as they are pure ambient animation for stylized motion. Want a moody portrait with subtle eye glances, or a train puffing smoke along a platform? That is where this ambient stuff is magic. Avatar platforms like HeyGen and Synthesia solve a totally different problem by providing scalable, lip-synced talking heads for messaging. They are not for cinematic art, but for high-volume training or marketing videos where you need dozens of personalized messages quickly. Okay, now here's where Vizard comes in and why I think creators and agencies should at least give it a try. Vizard isn't another generator fighting for pixel perfection. It solves the downstream pain of turning long-form footage into ready-to-post clips. While V3 or Sora generates your hero shot, Vizard steps in to find the viral moments, cut them, and optimize captions automatically. That solves the huge bottleneck most creators face, which is the tedious process of editing and distribution. You do not have to shoehorn Vizard into every workflow, but it shines as the glue that keeps everything organized. Imagine you need an 8-second hero of a neon cybercar with rain and engine hum. You create it with V3, then import it into Vizard. Vizard can auto-detect the most shareable slices, create vertical edits, and auto-schedule them across a week of content. Whether you are a VFX artist shooting plates or an agency making hundreds of variants, Vizard acts as your distribution engine. When it comes to photorealism and raw fidelity, V3 usually wins for 4K shots because of the sheer scale of its training data. Character consistency remains a challenge, though Kling and Sora have specific features to help manage that across multiple shots. Remember that specialized tools have trade-offs, like HeyGen being great for corporate video but not suitable for cinematic storytelling. So where does that leave Vizard strategically? It's not a replacement for heavy lifting models, but an enabler. For producers who need volume, Vizard takes the outputs of fancy models and turns them into distribution-ready pipelines. Auto-editing viral clips and having a unified content calendar saves you from the creative context switching of flipping between apps. There is a pipeline collapse happening where models are stuffing more features into one pane, so control becomes the competitive edge. For many creators, the right play is hybrid. Use the best generator for the job, then use a platform like Vizard for the heavy lifting of scheduling. Next time, I will walk through stitching everything, visuals, voice, and music, into a single end-to-end multimedia project. If you are building content for scale, don't treat editing as a hobby task. It is your growth engine. Try pairing your favorite generator with a distribution-first tool like Vizard and you'll sleep better and post more. Thanks for listening, and if you are curious about a Vizard workflow tailored to your specific stack, let me know in the comments below.